Hare Krishna. So, the spiritual master and the disciple relationship is very important. It has to be very submissive. A disciple must give very high positions, heaviness to spiritual master. गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया कर ए दासे तुणापेक्षा अतिहीन. The only dependency of, is, of a disciple on spiritual master is that the mercy of spiritual master, and with that mercy of spiritual master nothing is difficult, or no spiritual quality is difficult to get transformed from spiritual master. Jasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasya tehi kathitartha prakasante mahatmanah. A devotee who is fully submissive to the spiritual master, who worship Supreme Personality of Godhead and his spiritual master with equal importance. How much importance he give to spiritual master or to Supreme Lord, with equal importance, with equal reverence and respect, one should worship spiritual master. Even one may give more importance to spiritual master than Lord while serving. However, it's equal, like such as a train is moving in a railway track. So both the track need two line in equal distance, right? So both the both the lines of the track should be well aligned. Similarly, if somebody is obeying to spiritual master to the best of his ability, but the spiritual master is not aligned to Supreme Personality of Godhead, then that is not a well-formed track. Well-formed track is that spiritual master is aligned to Krishna, and a devotee is aligned to both Krishna and spiritual master. With the mercy of spiritual master, everything will manifest. The divine qualities of all the demigods will manifest. There will be many doubt raised in this heart of a devotee, because this in this material world, especially under the influence of Maya, it is very difficult to understand the transcendental subject matters. There will be many conflicts, which is transcendental means which is beyond the subject of perceptions of senses, which cannot be understood easily with this material knowledge or analysis, which need advanced spiritual experiences with scriptural evidences. जब शास्त्र प्रमाणम कार्य कार्य व्यवस्थितम, the activities of great devotees are bona fide with the scriptural evidences. And whatever activities they do, with that, the great spiritual experiences speaks. So many critical dharma sankata, critical situations can come to us called dharma sankata. Like Arjuna faced many critical dharma sankata. Even though he is a great scholar, devotee of Lord Krishna, yet he confronted with many puzzles where he is not able to decide what is good for him, what is not good for him. So he must need the guidance of Krishna in order to resolve the problems in life. If great personalities like Bhishma Pitamaha, Drona, Karna, Arjuna, they are also not capable of well understanding the real purpose of dharma. Sometimes the emotional breakdown happens being overwhelmed with relationship and compassion for relatives, kinsmen, just like Arjuna had that problem. Sometimes psychological problem happens due to attachment to family, the sentiments, the moral confusion happens. Moral confusion like fear of sin while executing the duties like Arjuna had, like misrepresentation or misinterpretations of dharma, like misplaced non-violence. Arjuna come to this point, he had sympathy for wicked people. That is misplaced non-violence. Just like if somebody like who is in Indian army will be showing his sympathy toward the terrorist, so that will be called misplaced non-violence. If Indian army shows sympathy toward terrorist, then that sympathy will become the cause of a bomb blast which can kill thousands of the people. So such kind of sympathy of Indian army towards a terrorist is a misplaced non-violence. Similar thing even occurred to Arjuna, misplaced non-violence. Then sometimes the fear of tradition, family tradition, Jayad Varna Sankara, Kula Dharma Nashta. This kind of fear was there. Ancestor will not get water, all these kind of things. Sometimes the thought of social and cosmic welfare, where is the ultimate good lies? By killing all these enemies in the war is a welfare, or not killing them is welfare. That confusion is there. Arjuna had. Then if I kill the wife and children of this soldier, they will suffer. So that is not welfare, that is not in the welfare of the wife and children of the soldier. Then what about the welfare of the people in general? What about the welfare of billions of the people? So this kind of confusion always remains in the material world. We are not able to know the right thing or choose the right thing, right dharma. There is conflict in deciding the dharma. So that can give us a wrong path, withdrawn from religious things and become a sannyasi, or allow the wicked people to take over. Sometimes spiritual blindness can come, sometimes lack or collapse of willpower can cause, like Arjuna. Khudram Hrudaya Daruvallam Tekta Utishta Parantapa. That can happen. Even existential crisis can happen. Arjuna was thinking that whether kill to them or myself should die. That is existential crisis. Identity crisis can happen. Confused about the duty, not knowing about the very self. Who am I? Identity crisis can happen. Deep despair and stress finally can lead to madness. All these are very common possibilities in this material world to anyone and everyone, unless they are taken shelter of a bona fide representation who is very well versed in experiential knowledge of Vedic literature. That is why spiritual master, accepting a bona fide spiritual master is essential to receive the mercy from to receive the mercy from spiritual master. One must very submissively surrender to the spiritual master. So that what we are discussing, tat viddhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadakshyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Tattvadarshina means this knowledge which you may say as confidential. Tattva. Tattva is that the real truth which is not seen through two covers. One is Maya Javanika, other is Yoga Maya. Two covers are there which hides Tattva from the ordinary vision, especially when we talk in relation to God. Here, the subject matter or the activities of the Supreme Lord are described. The pastimes are known to people in general and are written in scriptures. So they are not confidential what happened, but confidential in matter of understanding them. So ordinary people, if try to understand them, they may misunderstand that. and they may derive some conclusion which would be against the religious principles, or they will be puzzled when matching with religious principles. They may get wrong attitude or wrong intention by misinterpretations that Lord has not avoided by religious principle in his activities. This kind of thing can occur to the ordinary people while just read the writings of the scriptures without taking the shelter of a bona fide devotee of Krishna. যাও ভাগবত পড় বৈষ্ণবর স্থানে একান্ত আশ্রয় কর চৈতন্য চরণে. Without taking exclusive shelter of Lord Chaitanya under a disciplic succession, that is following Lord Chaitanya, understanding Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is also not easy. So one should take a bona fide shelter of Sri Guru to read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, to understand Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Here Sukadeva Goswami explains that Parikshit Maharaj is a Sat Sishya, true disciple, and Sukadeva Goswami is Paramahansa. Paramahansa devotee will not tell everything to everyone. Only the qualified person, a qualified disciple, he is truly surrendered without any duplicity, without any hesitation, without any doubt, without any fear. If somebody is completely sheltered to the lotus feet of the spiritual master, then spiritual master explains confidential, more confidential, most confidential. How Arjuna was spoken by Lord Krishna that this is confidential knowledge, this is more confidential knowledge. Shrunu me paramam guhyam, most confidential knowledge. And at the end, Sarvadharman Parivyajya, the most confidential knowledge. So like that, Guru explains the most confidential knowledge to the disciple when Guru finds the disciple is submissive. His inquiry is for the benefit for himself as well as for others. Like Parikshit Maharaj's inquiries are not only meant for himself but also for all of us. So this kind of disciple are qualified in the vision of Sri Guru to receive the topmost secret knowledge which is not so easily understandable by the material mind. So when spiritual master gives the blessing, a disciple get the strength. Sakala sahane bala diya karo নিজ মানে স্পৃহাহীন সকলে সম্মান করিতে শকতি দেহনাথ যথা যথা তবে তো গাইব হরি নাম সুখে অপরাধ বেহতা. Getting this quality, that like humility, tolerance, we need the spiritual strength, like not attracted to get false prestiges, nijo mane spruha, pratishtha. These are the problems which won't allow us to realize the ultimate truth or the confidential knowledges about Krishna, ourselves, and our relationship with Krishna will not be revealed when we are not tolerant, when we are not interested in so-called false prestiges, when we are not giving proper respect to everyone, when we are not continuously nirantar adhere to regulative devotional service such as Harinam. तवे तो गाइब हरिनाम सुखे अपराध हवे हत निरंतर हरिनाम निरंतर सेवा. These things must be granted to us by the mercy of spiritual master, not otherwise. With our own try of bhajan kriya, we may not get the strength to become tolerant like tree or become free from any expectations from others to get glorified by them. Pratishtha, lava, pratishtha. And we will not be able to respect others because of that. Respecting others, sakale sammana karite sakati. We think that these things don't need the mercy of Guru, but it is to make us free from all attractions for glories or pratishtha, to able to tolerate all the such problems that might come to, or challenges that might come to us, and able to respect others at the three stages of humility. Humility is explained here by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Without tolerance, you cannot become humble or human. Humility will not be there. Vinayata. Nijamane sprahina. Without freed from the expectations of respect from others, and without being able to respect everyone, we cannot attain humility. Vidya Vinaya. So these are the three steps explained. Humility will be charged. The devotee who are surrendered to Guru with proper humility, they will be charged with the spiritual power. Bala diya karo. The strength from the spiritual master. Then he will be eligible. Tabe to gaiba. Then he will be able to release the transcendental taste of Harinama. Tabe to gaiba Harinama sukhe aparadha hobe hata. Then only he will be able to taste the nectar of holy name, being freed from offenses. So it is essential to understand the confidential knowledge of devotional service, the mercy of the spiritual master. We must dedicate ourselves and with full submissive attitude, we serve spiritual master. then the transcendental knowledge will flow to us. That is the process. Hare Krishna. Any question? Yes. 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 Yeah. Value education. Value education the only way that the parents and the children both should be eager to learn a value education. Whatever study they are doing, if that is not adding any value, nowadays people are more interested in getting skills that are required to earn money, but they are not interested in learning how that money can be utilized to bring happiness. Nobody are interested in real happiness, even though they are earning money to become happy, but it is a illusion. Here is the dharma sankata, a misunderstanding. Money alone cannot give happiness. So value education is required. Value education is not just a need, but it's an urgent solution to be applied to this current problem in the society. If value education is not restored as it was in Vedic civilization, then modern population will be disturbed with many problems, and the social ecological balance will be disturbed. The relationship between people, man and nature, like man and animals, all are disturbed, and so we are suffering. To bring back to ecological balance, social balance, and harmony among people, it can't be possible without promoting value educations among the parents and the children's students both. Parents are very interested to see that their children become engineer, doctors, and any established persons with wealth, right? But they're ignoring the real wealth as happiness will not be achieved through all these things. So to resolve this moral confusion, this um, emotional breakdowns, the existential crisis, identity crisis, almost this total paralysis has happened in modern educational systems. So-called students who are coming as graduate or master degrees, they are not having these basics of value educations. So without value educations, the great power are there to destroy you. But with value education, the great power of such knowledge will make you. In our real happiness got destroyed because of the real power of education is not harnessed for the betterment of self and society. So we have to harness the great power of the knowledge for the betterment of not only for us but also for the society. So it is essential to promote value educations. And if we want for the betterment of the world, then we must bring in value educations in our current education system. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.